Hi, I'm Mike Marino, and this is a brand new episode of Live from My Mother's Basement. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Live from My Mother's Basement. We're actually in the real basement that my mother used to cook food and dinners and have people over here in New Jersey. Returning to the show once again is the fabulous, let me see if I get this all right, creator, producer, writer, producer, director, all-around great person, Maria Capp from Long Island. How you doing? Nice to see you. Thanks for coming back down the basement. She drove all the way from Long Island to be here today, which is about a 5-hour drive. It's actually really not that far.
It was fantastic. Originally, the ride said 2.5 hours, and maybe I hit a little bit of traffic.
Did you come over to GW?
No, I came over Verrazano.
Verrazano.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm spending my Long Island days on the South Shore. So Southern State, Belt Parkway.
That's where you're originally from.
I am originally from Sayville. Yes.
Sayville, Long Island.
Yes.
Long Island, in a lot of ways, looks like New Jersey. They're both suburbs, but when you hear, for some reason or other, Long Island, New York, we think the city.
Yeah, Long Island is, I always break it down into 3 parts or 3 lanes, if you will, from the city going all the way out to the east, right? North Fork is the Gold Coast, right? It's all those towns that are on the south, the Long Island Sound, right, all the way out to Greenport. And then you have the middle, Long Island Railroad, like Ronkonkoma, right?
Yep.
It goes out the middle, which is very concrete cement. And that's actually where I was raised. But then I raised my family on the South Shore in Sayville. And that is Baldwin, Merrick. It's like Verrazano, Belt, Southern State. Everything south of that is the Great South Bay. So all the way out to the Hamptons. I
remember when we were into boating on the Jersey Shore, we always heard over the intercom, and the Long Island Sound. Don't really know what that meant, but all boats out there from this to this to this and the Long Island Sound.
Yes, between Long Island's North Shore and Connecticut. But
yeah.
Yesterday I was on the Great South Bay, which is absolutely breathtaking, gorgeous.
Didn't they make Jaws out in Long Island? Amityville?
I don't know that they made it or shot it on Long Island, but it is based on like the feeling of what happens when you go to the South Shore, when you go to a Fire Island community or a beach community,
right?
Amityville. But I don't know that they actually shot it there. I mean, obviously the Amityville horror movies.
Well, the Amityville horror, yeah. But was the is Amityville by the beach? Is it the beach?
Yes.
It is.
Amityville is a South Shore community and beautiful homes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very haunted. I almost bought a house before we ended up in Sayville. We looked at the mayor's house, which is directly across the street from the Amityville horror house.
Oh, really?
But we didn't buy it.
Because it was across the street?
No, because it had its own stories inside, if you will.
Really?
You could feel it.
I think this house is haunted. The basement is.
Is it really? But
my parents are in this house.
But the audience can't see beyond, but I'm going to create the space. And look, I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. I don't know. Have you ever
eclectic.
Have you ever given the audience
the
opportunity?
Yeah.
I mean, I love the sink over there is from what, the 1950s?
Yeah. No, before.
I mean,
40s.
And then you have 2 tables and one is set up like very much welcoming. The other looks like it's kitchen. I mean, it's just the pots and pans and it's so immaculate and clean. And there we go, surfer, Jersey Shore, the shore house. And we got some skis. So, yeah. And
I do my morning walk and I videotape the whole basement. There's more memorabilia down here than a memorabilia antique warehouse.
Yeah.
But it's all from my family, so it's authentic. So this actual wooden bar is from the 40s because it was built before we moved in.
Can I ring beer?
Sure.
I just rang
Give me a beer.
Where is it over there?
There's a sink back here that's definitely, look, 1945. The sink itself is made of metal, and the water trap just went into a bucket.
Yeah.
So when you used it, you had to get rid of the bucket of water, which is underneath.
Yes.
But when I took over the house, I guess maybe 20 years ago, and I bought it from my mom and dad, I routed real plumbing. So although if you look at that sink, there's just one spigot, and it's just like hose water.
Yeah.
You can wash a dish or two. Nobody
and
really
I like
does.
the white the white porcelain.
The porcelain.
Yeah.
It's worth a lot of money.
Yeah, I bet.
It's porcelain and copper.
I'm
So it
sure-
actually works, but I made it look like it wouldn't.
I'm sure the spirits that are here, though, that visit you
Oh,
are lovely.
they're down here.
They
My
hang-
mother's down here. You should see what it's like to sleep in this house. I mean, how could the floor be settling after 100 years of a house? But there's electric back here where at a time there wasn't. This
Yeah.
was one of those houses that were built when they had gas in the wall.
Okay.
And
I mean, it's immaculate. And very,
well, I'm not here that much, and I'm a neat freak.
Yeah, no, it looks great. It's a fun basement, everybody.
The oldest thing in this house is that cash register, 1886.
Yes.
And that's my grandfather's for real. And he did work in a shoe store, and that's what they used to ring up a shoe.
The date's right up there, too. It says it May 28th, 1985 to, or is that
1885.
1885? Oh, and then over here it says July 13th, 1993.
93, yeah.
Wow.
I guess that's when they, I don't know, maybe they recalculated cash registers back in the day.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny? And now we do everything in a online bullshit way.
What is it, the Apple Wallet?
The Apple Wallet. No, I can't even get on a plane without handing somebody my phone.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I know.
I miss the good old days.
I still print sometimes, though.
Yeah.
You don't do that
I
anymore?
print.
Yeah, I do.
I'm always printing. Why?
Yeah.
We're not supposed to print?
No, I don't know. And I barely have cash on me, but
I always have cash.
yeah, but it's it's nice to have it because I mean I go and get my hair done, my nails done, and services like just Venmo me the tip, so they make it very convenient.
I've been selling shirts after a show, and people will say, "Can I Venmo you?" Which means now they have your cell phone number, I think. But I've been getting Venmo.
Oh,
You can Venmo me.
Yeah, that's right. If they Venmo, sometimes you have to confirm the last 4 digits of the person's phone number.
Right.
So that does mean that they have access to your your information. Yeah, we're connected in a way where there's no anonymity anymore. Well, I don't know.
That's
a whole
why I
other
still hold
conversation.
on to the basement, because back in the day, this is where everybody was. So if I had friends over, we came down the basement. My mother was making pasta. We were in the basement. Wash your clothes, cook macaroni, use your pots and pans, and play pinball all in the basement. Upstairs, I don't even know how to get there. Got to take the stairs. Who's upstairs? And then we slept on the 3rd floor, me and my 2 brothers, which I still do.
Yeah.
I've been in this house since I'm 7 years old, and I'm hip, hip, hip. So been here a long time.
And I think I've been in your home here, which is a beautiful home. But I think the last time I did your show was in the North Hollywood studio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still maintain my place in North Hollywood because it's a rent-controlled building, and I've been there for, I would say, 30 years.
Yeah.
And, you can let somebody stay there for a little while, but since it's rent-controlled, I just decided to hang on to it.
Yeah.
But slowly but surely, because of everything that's going on out in L.A. or in the world in general, I don't want to go back anymore. I hate it.
Really?
But I miss it.
So even with the gigs that you occasionally have, when you do go back, you don't find reprieve in being able to go into your own space?
It's kind of like,
Versus-
no, I don't mean the space. I'm in North Hollywood. I got a nice space, but everything is remodeled. Every house is a building.
Yeah.
There's no parking anymore. People are shitty people out there. Everybody seems to be so nasty to each other. They're living on top of each other. Well, the homeless thing seemed to have gotten a little bit better since we're away from all the pandemic. But going to the Laugh Factory and the Comedy Store used to be the greatest nights of our lives. And now it's kind of like,
Yeah, I think I'm insulated. I was able to find Long Island insulated in LA. So we're in Burbank, right? So we're like neighbors. I'm 5 minutes from where you are. But I'm literally in a place where I'm surrounded, like my neighbor behind me is a producer. The lady next door, she works for the union. But otherwise, I have a retired teacher, a landscaping company. I have a police officer, a realtor. I have a teacher. I have a professor. I have a city department of Burbank employee. Like it's regular suburbia. So it's
Burbank is a great place. It really is. And pretty much I would say 80% of the people are in show business in Burbank.
Yeah, but I'm still
It's like
surrounded
the suburbs.
But I'm surrounded by regular folk, which is very, very welcoming to be removed. So
you're hanging on to Burbank.
Yes, our youngest, not our youngest, but my youngest.
Your youngest.
Yes,
The boy.
The boy, he is there, and he came home for the summer, but he's going back. He graduated from school, conservatory, acting, and that's his community. That's his people.
He's Burbank.
He's LA.
And he's in the house.
He likes it. Yes.
Who else is in the house?
Occasionally, Natasha and I and Steve, we go back and forth. I was just there because I shot Schmidti Circuit.
Right.
So that's why I asked you. It was a reprieve to be able to go and stay in your own space. I liked going home.
Oh, yeah, I stay in my own space.
And then I go out and I do my job. Do you know? So,
I got my car out there and everything. Yeah. I'm LA based. My license says Los Angeles. My business is incorporated in Los Angeles. Yes. I don't know when I'm going to throw in the towel on all of that.
I hear people have a hard time when they let go of that thing, that very thing. There's regret. So I say, hang in there.
I'm hanging in there.
Hang in there.
I can't complain because most of my friends who were in show business who left LA left showbiz. I'm still in the business. I've been in the business since I'm a child, and I'm not going anywhere. I will never retire. I will die on stage.
Well, I mean, we're two peas in a pod for that matter. I mean, I left LA when I shot my first film in Ronkonkoma, shot another film in Ronkonkoma, got hired to work on a bunch of other projects, tri-state area. Now I teach adjunct, and I have the best of both worlds. I still go back and forth, but I'm bridging. I feel like I'm creating a bridge here.
Yeah, well, we can't let go of that, so we're bi-coastal.
Well, I wanted to bridge that point to the bridge of Main Street, being authentic, bringing we're sitting in New Jersey in your basement in your home. I'm launching the first film festival for Sayville International Film Festival, SIFF, in Sayville next August. Bridging is a bridge.
Well, when did you actually leave Long Island to go to California?
The official adventure began in the mid 90s, but then we came back to Long Island. And then the real move came where I said, we're going west. I'm taking the kids. Steve, did you want to come?
Oh, really?
Yes. And because he still had work here. But for me and the three, it was LA. And that was 2010. We sold our home on Handsome Avenue in Sayville. Beautiful house, 1885, renovated, gorgeous block. House was as handsome as Steve. And then we moved to Los Angeles. Natasha graduated from Beverly Hills High, her fourth high school, because we moved around. Stephen attended the Beverly Hills School District. Coming from the East Coast, we were that touristy brainwash, we needed the district. But it was good because the kids got out of school. Rafaela was in college at Sarah Lawrence. And then she made a decision to eventually come to LA. So it was 2010, 2011, to answer your question. And then I didn't.
But did you first go out there to be an actress?
No, I went out there because my eldest, Rafaela, so Rafaela and Natasha Stevens. So Rafaela was at Sarah Lawrence, and she was doing some really heavy-hitting auditioning, getting into rooms and whatnot. And I had spent the summer previous getting certified by Ivana Chubbuck. Just for the summer, I went back and studied with Ivana, and I got accredited to teach. So Ivana was excited about that because she was excited that I was going to be on the East Coast, doing a studio, but I ended up just heading back west. So I headed back west because of the three kids and the sunshine. Yeah, and eradication of arthritis.
Sunshine here in New Jersey is better than sunshine in California. Sorry, I like it here better, even in the winter. I first met you because of PJ Leonard, now that I'm thinking about it.
And he's a Florida guy, East Coast guy all the way.
PJ?
Yeah, I mean,
he's from Jersey City.
That's right. All right. Well, I knew he was East Coast based, but Jersey City. And you've worked with him. PJ
Leonard is a producer / Goomba from New Jersey. A great guy. And I first met him not in New Jersey. I met him when I was hosting the Beverly Hills Film Awards. And I go, okay, and the winner is, and the guy goes, I'm from your hometown. I'm like, holy shit, here's Jersey in the house. Most people are nice and prim and proper. You give an award to a guy from New Jersey, fuck yeah.
I mean, I met PJ through a fellow Long Islander. His name was Robert Fingerman, who's since passed, but he was a CPA. I think I told you the story. He organized a film collective where he just brought people together at his own expense, these lavish networking dinners and events, and he would invite people. Like, he had big ones annually, but then he would invite people who he thought would connect and have synergy. And that's how I met PJ, at one of those connecting events. It was a dinner. And then Robert passed, and I reconnected with PJ at Robert's memorial. And then you came to my home when we did a reading.
A script reading.
That's correct.
What was that project?
It was a funny TV show. I don't remember the name of the project, but I remember I met you, and I met Gogo Lomo David. Do you know who he is? You remember?
No.
So
Gogo Lomo David?
Yeah, Gogo Lomo David is also, I guess, just a friend of PJ's. And he was able to come, and he read. And then I also remember a young woman that PJ connected. I have lost touch with her. I forgot her name, but she was a line producer, very sweet. Yeah. Anyway, good.
But then
you and I met. That was the day.
Then we started doing some shows where your daughter Natasha, was doing stand-up with me.
Yes, she sometimes refers to you as Uncle Mike. Yeah.
Uncle Mike, I like that. I'm cool with that. I would like to be somebody's uncle. Well, I do have two nieces.
Yes, you do.
Samantha and Rachel. I'm the godfather, Rachel. Fuck around.
Sorry, Rachel.
I got a date. No, you don't. Uncle Mike, I'm 30. I don't care.
Oh, my goodness.
Where are you going? Let me talk to the guy. My father already said it's okay. Yeah, but he didn't meet the uncle.
Okay.
Uncle Mike, let's start the show.
I'll tell Natasha. But yeah, Natasha, when you started doing gigs, you were very kind to take her under your wing. And she did some gigs with you over at in Hollywood.
Ha Ha Comedy Club.
Yes. And who was the blonde guy with the hair?
Stevie D.
Oh my gosh, very funny. A lot of shows together. Yeah.
Done millions and millions of shows. So fast forward.
Here we are.
I get cast in a movie called, at that time, I think the movie was titled differently.
It was called Pizza and Wine with an H, based on the
Pizza
play.
and Wine. Then you turned it into Four Cousins and a Christmas.
Yes, Mar Vista turned it into Four Cousins and a Christmas.
Oh, is that right?
Yes, their sales and marketing team
said no way.
Well, they don't say no way. What they do is they try to find the most strategic, marketing, welcoming title that gets searched. You know, if people are searching, I guess, for Four Cousins and four weddings and a funeral, or four funerals and a wedding, right? So I think they do stuff like that in terms of play on words. Yeah. So Four Cousins and a Christmas.
So we shoot this project.
Uncle Mike.
I got a nice little spot in it. Why don't you tell everybody about it?
Yeah, your Uncle Anthony, Uncle Tony. We call you Anthony. Your character is Anthony.
Anthony. My younger brother.
So, so it's based on a play that was co-written by myself, my daughter Rafaela, and my niece Veronica, based on their point of view as being the granddaughters who lost their grandmother. And my father, their grandfather, asked them to sing at the wake, the church, the funeral for the grandmother, because they all sound like angels. You can find them singing Amazing Grace online. So they wrote the play. The play premiered in Los Angeles at the Hudson Theater and at the Hollywood Fringe, and then the Hudson Theater here in New York. And then we pitched it, and we were able to adapt it to the screen with the talented young men I was telling you about, Elliot, Enrique Estrada. And then basically a D-Vice, I have to give credit because the cast is fantastic, including yourself. D-Vice casting director helped us put together this amazing group of people. However, with Dee's help, the group of people come from the people that we know, love, and trust, and Mike was one of those people. So Mike played Anthony, Uncle Anthony, who's everybody's favorite uncle, father of two of the cousins. And those actresses are Ayla Kell and Lily Gibson. They played your daughters. And you got to play opposite the fantastic Terry Polo.
Terry Polo was in the movie.
Terry Polo was in the house.
She's been in a lot of movies.
She's so good.
Meet the Fockers.
She's so good. Oh my gosh, I loved her. She did a TV show that did not get picked up, but I loved it.
Really?
It was based on a dance, like a reality show within a reality show. John John, he's a comedian, Jonrud Radinsky.
I don't know.
I don't know. But anyway, it was so good. Anyway, she did that recently, and she has a ballet background. She was a dancer. So she played an older woman who dances in a dance competition and is a mother, and I think her husband leaves her. And now she's doing the 4th installment of the Fokker family. Fokker?
Yeah, no kidding.
Fokker. Ben Stiller.
Meet the Fokkers.
Yeah, Robert
Fokker.
I think Ariana Grande was just announced.
Really?
I mean, she's like real time, but she's East Coast based now. She's focused on family. Terry's a very lovely lady.
Well, we go down to the set to make this particular project. Turns out we all had some friends in common on the set.
Yeah.
I had been working with Robert Davi as his opening act for a long, long time. It was nice to see him.
Yeah,
He's
Grandpa.
a great guy. Yep.
He plays Grandpa.
And then, of course, Terry Polo, and then
Nick
Turturro,
Yeah.
who I haven't spoken to in quite some time, but we had a lot of fun working together on that.
Nick is fun to watch on his socials when he's like commentating him and his son.
And the baseball. He goes nuts when the Yankees lose.
Yeah, he's funny.
And then my buddy I brought on to the project,
right.
who I think is phenomenal, Michael Lenoche.
Yes, Michael Lenoche is still doing his thing. He's traveling, comedian, Michael was a good kid. And Natasha, to bring it full circle, she knew Michael. She knew of Michael. Yeah, she's worked with Michael.
So where is this movie? Tell everybody where they can actually watch it, because you can watch it.
Yeah. Every Christmas we do so every July and every holiday season, our socials do a push, Christmas in July. Oh my gosh, my lipstick, Mike, why didn't you tell me?
I don't know.
Christmas in July. And then, of course, we do a 12 days till Christmas countdown. It ran through Hulu this past season, but the licensing with Hulu ended. So the most accessible places would be Roku, Tubi, obviously Amazon Prime. It is available also. It had a little short period of time on, I think, Stars. But now it's just like on all the regular, the most accessible streaming platforms, I would say, would be Tubi, Roku, Google Play, but Amazon and Amazon Prime. Yeah. I think it's a classic. I think it's
going to be a classic. You got to watch this project. Get yourselves out there and check it out. And then you moved on to another project.
Yes, I did, sir. I did. Do you want me to talk about it?
So, all the projects. I want to be part of everything that you do.
Yeah.
In this industry,
supposed to be a part of that next project, actually.
Yeah, The Lady of the Lake.
Yes, I wrote a part.
I couldn't make it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I mean, I made a movie during a time where the COVID restrictions in the industry.
Yeah. Oh.
The COVID restrictions in the industry were still, although it was ambiguous, I'll say, it still was very frightening for filmmakers, in terms of liability and the insurance and SAG. And so, anyway, the cost was prohibitive. That was a ridiculous situation. But I was able to bring a story and shoot it in the backyard of where I grew up, which was Lake Ronkonkoma. And it's starring Seth Gilliam. And then I used talent who I knew. That also great casting director, the Liz Lewis team, and Liz Lewis, Angela Mickey. I say that now because having done this, the casting directors are key.
Oh, yeah. They know everybody.
They do.
Liz Lewis has been around a long time. I used to do TV commercials.
That's right. We talked
with her when we were kids.
And when I have dinner with her, I always bring you up, and she's like, say hi to Mike.
Mike, yeah.
So, The Lady of the Lake. So that is something that, that's what really brought me to Long Island. And then I had a hard time leaving here full time. I ended up staying because I just ended up working.
Right.
So The Lady of the Lake, that just released on Tubi. That's on Roku. That's on Amazon Prime. And I know that the distribution company Vision, who's hustling their asses, for those of you that watch and are interested in the business, they take it to what they call markets. It's very hard for indie projects to be seen with so much content available. So they did take the project to Cannes and Berlin, and they've sold it to a couple of international markets. But the money is slow and steady. Four Cousins, that was a good one.
Good.
That was a good one. Ka-ching, there should be a bell.
I got a residual myself.
We try. I'm one of the only producers, so I hear, that does that.
Yeah. Make sure everybody got paid.
I make sure everybody gets paid, even if it's a small check, But
it makes you feel good.
Yeah. So
take a picture of it, put it on the wall.
So the Lady of the Lake released last year. We released it in Sayville at the Sayville Movie Theater to 300 and some odd people and counting. I was able to, again, this is like business stuff, but if you want to know, anybody out there watching who's an indie producer, we retain the rights for the theatrical. And so I've been able to bring it to the regional market, which I think is really the audience that I can add value to. And we had a couple of theatrical screenings, and then the movie has been screened in a couple of the universities as a talking point, both for independent Long Island local creation, Long Island youth, talking about writing and saying stories about your local community, where you come from, like all those kind of pointers. And so that's been really good, because then I get to be a guest speaker, like I'm hanging out with you now and talk, and I like to talk.
Don't we all? We're Italian.
But Mike, I wrote a part for Mike.
But what was the next?
Well, no, I just want to say I wrote a part for you, and I always write a part for you. I always think of you, and it was an authentic piece that he would have brought his acting craft. This is an actor here. You know Miss Mike Marino, live from your mother's basement, but this guy is a trained actor. So he had a nice piece that would have had some, arc, and there'll be more. Chris Roach stepped up. I had another small part for another comedian who grew up in Ronkonkoma.
Comedian,
and he grew up in Ronkonkoma. So Chris on the day of stepped up, and it worked out. It was fine. But there'll be a next one. Right?
Where's this project that we could see?
Same places, Amazon Prime. There might be other places, but Google Play, Tubi, Roku. It does really well, and it's easy to watch for, Prime members. Amazon, you can rent it, buy it, or just, stream it and watch it. Tubi is a big one.
Then after you had done this one, what was the next one you were working on?
So then I got hired by Mar Vista. Mar Vista released Four Cousins, and because I had produced on Long Island and was producing for other people on Long Island, Mar Vista, an EP, the guy with the money, had an output deal with Mar Vista, and he hired me through our mutual relationship with Women in Media, which I'm a member of. And it's all about people who know you and want to work with you. And I was grateful for the opportunity to step up. And he was also a former Long Islander, and he loved the idea of being able to come to Long Island and shoot on Long Island and visit his mother and his brother, like that kind of thing. So we shot another project in Ronkonkoma for Mar Vista.
That's phenomenal.
And that's a Lifetime TV movie called My Life is on the Line. So I did that. And then the project that I am very proud of and had a blast being one of many producers, like a much bigger budget, was The Zombie Wedding. And that was shot in your home state here of New Jersey.
The Zombie Wedding.
Yes. Yeah.
What position you on? Like, who was directing?
I was a producer. I did not. The director was a first-time director. The movie did a lot of inclusivity, the diversity initiative, so talent. Carolyn Sinclair, another great casting director, did another great job. And that was a beautiful, diverse, and very inclusive group of actors. But we had amazing people. We had Mickey Dolenz. Seth Gilliam was in it again. Another project I worked with him on. We had a young cast of relatively unknowns, but representative of...
Mickey Dolenz, you're talking about the Monkees, right?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, he was
love
fun.
to meet him.
Yeah, you might.
Be cool.
I'm hoping he's a part of our Sayville International Film Festival, and I'm hoping you are too. So
I'll do it.
That'll be the time that you would get to meet him.
When is it?
August 13th through the 16th in 2026.
Oh, okay.
So
I was going to say that would be this week.
No. It'll be up on Film Freeway in September. But yeah, that was fun. I'm trying to think of who else was fun on that set. Mickey Dolenz, Seth, Kevin Chamberlain. Are you a fan to his? He played...
Wow, he's alive?
No, not that Kevin.
Oh, I was thinking Thornburns.
No. This is Tony Award-winning actor for Uncle Fester and the Addams Family on Broadway.
Oh, wow.
And then most recognizable because of the Disney World. He was on Jesse, I think. He played the butler to the kids.
Nice.
Really a super nice guy. So anyway,
well,
but you and I are working.
We got together today to come back on the show here because
we're bringing it home.
We want to work together on something that's could be probably the biggest thing in our lives.
Yeah, I agree.
I've always had this dream of doing a TV series about my life growing up here in the basement in a tiny little town that most people think couldn't possibly exist. Scotch Plains there's no racism here. There's no crime here. You leave your door open. People talk to each other. Everybody knows each other. When there was a flood here a couple of weeks ago, by the way, this basement had like a foot of water.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
This is so dry.
Yeah.
It smells dry.
I had a plumber come. I had the vacuums come. I had everything. And I was on a cruise ship entertaining when it happened. But there was a direct hit. It was the first time, I think, this town, of course, ever seen anything like that. So 3 blocks away was 4 feet of water going up and down the main drag.
Goodness.
So those places that I showed you that you just saw, the meat market, the deli, the local post office was underwater.
Wow.
And it was called the flash flood. So somehow, all of a sudden, a mass amount of rain directs one little area to the point where people had to leave their car and run.
Oh my gosh.
People lost, my neighbor over here, he lost his car. It was it. Total.
It's like unimaginable, but this is what we see on TV.
But the town teams up and everybody helps each other. Everybody makes a phone call. And it's pretty great to see.
Yeah. I would love to make this project. I think that it's evident by what Netflix is now showing in their mainstream, with the decentralization of like studio projects, but yet Netflix is a studio, but it's a different kind. It's not like NBC network. I think there is it's evidence that is growing to lean towards stories that are authentic and truthful about real people who know how to entertain in a way that is extremely relatable and at the core heart and soul.
Yes, exactly. And oddly enough, after all these years, I finally get to shoot a new comedy special.
It's fantastic. Wait till you see it.
This is going to be giant. And this could be the liaison to the series.
And your team and the people that came to your mandate, your mission, and who you are, your brand, they did a beautiful job.
The oddest thing is
beautiful.
I never thought I was going to shoot a comedy special at my high school.
I mean,
I didn't think about that at all. I was always thinking I have to have the most high-end theater. We got to have at least 3,000 people. We got to shoot it 2-3 times. But I don't know if you know how this all took place, and you're all going to get to see this someday in a huge television broadcast, let's say.
Yes.
But I went to my Scotch Plains Fairmont High School inducting of, the Hall of Fame. I was inducted into the High School Hall of Fame. And you think it's kind of silly, right?
No.
Well, another guy who was inducted into the High School Hall of Fame was Dan Catullo, who I never met. He's 10 years younger than me. So when I met him at the party, he said, I did Sebastian Maniscalco, and I produce, and I'm a 7-time Emmy Award-winning producer. Why don't we do a comedy special?
Yeah.
And I go, okay, yeah, let's go. I say, we go to Red Bank, and we'll do it at the Count Basie. And he goes, no, why don't we shoot it at the high school?
Yeah.
And I go, why are we doing that? And he goes, well, we both were in marching band. We both were in drama club. We're both inducted into the Hall of Fame. Come on, let's do something for the school. We'll donate the proceeds to the school. And I go, yeah, but, there's no lights in there. There's no sound.
Yeah.
Well, on Showtime, boy, you should have seen what this guy did. 10 cameras, and it was unbelievable what we did.
So, I mean, you told me this when we last met, but listening to you say it again and now being here and watching that. So he was authentic to what he loved about here.
Yes.
So that really comes through.
The high school.
I just got chills down my back.
This has got to be it, folks. Come on, let's get in the game. We got great sponsors. We got great talent. It's open to, talent.
Yes.
I don't like this whole thing when they say you got to do inclusivity or whatever. How about people who are just good at what they do and they fit the bill? No, I get it. We don't even have to be forced to do it. We would do it anyway.
Well,
but it's not you don't have to be forced to do it. We would do it.
It's interesting. You say you don't. You say you prefer not to look at, but I'm different, right? From a business standpoint, I do look at, and it's encouraging to me because it touches on this and all other things that we've talked about, which is the TV show Tires. It's shot in. Is it Westchester or Chester or something, Pennsylvania?
I don't know.
It is. I know it is. And it's shot there and it's reflected of there. So it's the best people for the job,
right,
who reflect that authenticity.
Same thing.
So the other show is Leanne, which is a Chuck Lorre. That's like major, and it's a Netflix show, and it's based on a comedian. A comedian, is that how you say female?
Comedian, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm a fan of hers, and I've watched her trajectory go from, just traveling. And regardless, it is a mixture of authenticity actors who are authentic to her narrative and her story, even though it's Hollywood. But it is authentic to... I think she's raised her family in the suburbs and areas of, Tennessee. So the actors are reflective of that.
Right.
So it's authentic and the best people for the job that reflect that.
Authentic Jersey.
That's the new word.
Well, this town actually, which is a little bit different. There's a lot of Italians here, but it's not that stereotypical wise guy Italian.
Yeah.
These are more family-orientated people who could care less. And since everybody here is inclusive, the only fights you ever get on this block, this is Grand Street, right?
Yes.
I would love to call the show Growing Up Grand.
Yes.
I originally wanted to call it Reconstructing Jersey because when a flood hits, everybody gets together to reconstruct and make it better. So there's, let's say there's an Indian guy who lives across the street.
Yes.
And he has the keys to my house.
Yes.
So if I called him, I says, listen, I'm away right now, but I'm expecting a package. Could you do me a favor and go over to my house and bring it in the bag?
Yeah.
So you'll hear on the phone, why are you always calling me, Mike? You know I'm busy, which means he's going to do it. He's going to go into my house anyway. But the fun part is he's going to make something to eat for me and leave it in the house.
Okay.
When you come home, you Italian people, I'm sick of what your macaronis. Look what I make you. And I love my Indian is bad, but it's hilarious. So is that inclusive? We wouldn't even have to go to casting. Just get him to do it.
But that's the point. You would.
Yeah.
No, you would.
I would.
You absolutely would. So, the Chuck Lorre production, Leanne is one of the producers. I study the IMDb. I look at everybody that's cast and everyone that's involved, and that's a little different. It's Hollywood, right? The actors, but you look at Tires, and half the cast doesn't have an IMDb picture.
I would love to cast people never even heard of IMDb.
But that's
the butcher in this town is hilarious.
But that's what it should reflect. So growing up grand. Coming back here,
going back to school.
Yeah, it's and people like to see it's that transition of moving on and coming back home, click your heels like Dorothy, right? There's no place like home. There's no place like home.
Yes.
All I needed to do was look in my own backyard to see what I loved and needed to be grateful for. That's why I went back home to Ronkonkoma and Sayville. And
this guy, Dan, said to me when we were shooting the project, sometimes he looks at Scotch Plains and says to himself, I wish I never went to Hollywood. Because we feel like we missed out.
But you wouldn't be able
I never had that. I've never been married. I have no children. And I never went to a junior high school softball team for my kids.
What about your
I never
nieces?
missed any of that. I mean, the nieces, yeah. But
your family is here, so you've vicariously experienced it.
But I'd like to do it now in a TV series.
All right. Well, we'll get you married.
No, I don't even want to be married. I want to be the guy that everybody comes to for advice. But I can't really give it because I never experienced it, but I do the best I can.
And you're pretty on point.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. Well, hey, a lot of the kids I graduated high school with are divorced now.
Why is that funny?
I don't know. I just think it's funny. Maybe it's not. I don't know.
I'm teasing you.
But I think this would all be great stuff. Now, we were discussing when you first came over here about, I said, let's hurry up and do this before I get any older.
Right. You made a comment. You make comments that I catch you in as your friend.
Right.
And I say, don't say that. I no more will I put the energy out there, because to me, all things are possible when you believe. And I'm going to get a little emotional because we've been talking about this for a long time. I mean, and in that time, your dad passed away.
Oh.
You've been sick and overcome. I've dealt with my own things, but at the end of the day, I think that we have the skill set. We know people. We know how to do it. And we know how to do it where we're going to have fun, and it's going to be a kind environment. And everybody that we bring to this table, invite to the table, is going to come because they want to do it.
Yeah.
And they want to do it because they are blessed to come and have fun and create. And so when you say things, and, Cheryl Chase, I just worked for her. We collaborated on a project. She has a tendency of saying the same thing. And I'm like, no, people are going to want to come because of you. People are going to want to come because of, where's my camera line? You. There we go. So, and people are going to want to come because I know how to invite people and cook a mean marinara sauce.
Marinara.
Gravy.
We say gravy. You say gravy?
My mother always said gravy.
Yeah.
We used to have arguments because I argued over everything.
They never argue about that.
But,
just don't forget to invite me.
So Mike said a comment that for me was below the line of having faith and the line of anything is possible.
Right.
So I told him about the radio station I was listening to in my truck. Forgive me, I don't know what that station is called because I don't listen to it on a regular basis. My daughter listens to it. My son listens to it. So sometimes I get in the car because they drive it and it's on. And right before I pulled up, it's you have to have, the lyric was, you have to have faith and believe. And with faith and belief, you can do anything, especially easily move a mountain.
Right.
Move a mountain. And then there were some fun signs just driving down here that popped in for me, that as I'm driving and reflecting and driving on the South Shore, which is where I grew up, Long Island, the water. I had family in Brooklyn. I lived in Brooklyn, the Verrazano Bridge. I mean, Long Island kids, what did we do? We went to Atlantic City. It was fun to do. Long Island kids did Hamptons, but we also came, it was fun to go to the Jersey Shore. It was like we were visiting something dangerous and different. So that drive, but I had some fun signs.
Yeah.
The number 109 is a good one for me, and a couple of license plates, one New Jersey with 1109 and one New York with 1099, or it was vice versa. My husband's name is Steve, and I was on the phone with my aunt, who was giving me the update about my grandmother, who's 103. And we were talking about family, and she mentioned her ex-husband, Steve, who I adored. My husband is Steve. My son is Steve. And then I'm driving, and there's this huge sign that says Steve with a V, not Steven with a PH, Steve. And the V is in hearts. And there were a couple other things. I had 2 good phone calls on the way here that were good calls. And then it's just always, I feel invigorated that you do this and you invite me, and that we get to catch up.
We have to do this, ladies and gentlemen. I guarantee you will watch a TV series that you're going to want to tune into all the time. From the kids, I think it would be fantastic and funny. This kid, Giuseppe from Giuseppe's Garage, he's 13 years old. Yeah. He's got millions of people following him on his show, and his show is just about him and his father in the garage remodeling cars.
Right, that's a young boy that did the Tonka for you.
That's right. He did the Tonka trucks, and he'd be a perfect nephew.
Yeah.
We better get it in gear because the kid's growing.
Yeah.
He's growing so fast. And then the town and the people and what they say and how they act, it's just funny. I really should watch what I say because I just sold out 7 shows this past weekend in Florida in the off season.
Who's your demographic?
And the guy
Would you
looked
tell
at
the
me.
audience? What, is it across the board? Finish your statement, but then talk to us about, who do you think?
It's odd because it doesn't seem like there's a demographic at all. Everybody comes.
So it's co-viewing.
On the cruise ships that I entertain, the audience is international.
Okay.
There are people who come to the show, do not speak English at all.
But they're hysterical.
But for some reason or other, they just sit there and come back 2 and 3 times. This last ship I was on, there was this guy from Spain. And he was like 21 years old. And him and his friends kept coming to every show. And he was translating the jokes to his friends. So naturally, I made him part of the show. And I go, what are you doing? He goes, well, they don't speak English as good as I do.
So he's translating your jokes?
Yes.
Oh
But they kept on coming. So I said to him, I go, you saw me 3-4 times. What's up? And he goes, well, we like impersonating you, so we come here to rehearse. I'm like, oh, really?
Oh my gosh.
So you see them walking around going, hey, he's doing with their Spanish accent.
Oh my gosh.
We had people from India, didn't speak English at all, just kept on coming. I was videotaping them.
Yeah.
Laughing, and I'm like, well, what are you laughing at?
Yeah.
It's basically a rhythm. Because, of course, there's other comedians there who are doing straight up joke, and they don't come back. I have I grew to the point where I really don't care too much about what I do. So whatever I see, whatever I feel, I just regurgitate it. And people go nuts. And the more free I become, the funnier it becomes. So to say anything.
So for me as an artist, when I watch something, and I preach this, and I think you fit this, is it's not what you say, it's how, and it's what you do in between the words that is, you don't have to say anything, actually. I've seen you before, but you don't have to say anything. It's just...
Yeah. It's an attitude.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So, and then I'll just tie that back to why I think people love you, why I love you. You're very familiar. And it's an Italian thing that is gracious and gregarious and
it's like a blue collar thing, maybe a Jersey thing.
It's Long Island. I'm Long Island Italian. What are you talking about, New Jersey?
Whatever.
Don't coin it.
All right.
And I just said that like a New York, Long Island girl. It's an Italian American thing in a way that is loving and endearing. Have you ever been to Pennsylvania suburbs?
Sure,
where they're
of
Italian?
course. Yep.
There's like pockets
everywhere.
Of us. That's
everywhere.
Right.
They're everywhere.
And so when you talk about these, like the Spanish, the Indians, I think they're relating to the family. They're relating to what you talk about of being the tough guy and the politics, how you make it. It's just it's approachable, it's relatable, and it resonates.
Yeah. So we're gonna turn this into a TV show.
So
we get the mom, we'll get the dad, we'll get the kids, the neighbors, the cousins, the guy who works at the drugstore, the CVS or whatever.
I was telling Cheryl Chase, for those of you that don't know Cheryl Chase is the most known for being the voice of Angelica Pickles in the Rugrats. And she's on tour right now doing like Comic-Cons and live appearances. But I told her I was coming down to meet you, and she's a fan of yours.
Really?
Her and her husband, Jerry, they said they were fans. And she said, oh, is there a part for me? I'll be a school teacher. And I said, I'll let Mike know.
See, that's the thing too, because, having that type of a voice or a person who acts like that, to have me make faces like, oh yeah, no, I can't. You do what?
And then you connected me, which you've been meaning to do for a while. I had the opportunity. I dragged my dad and my husband. Not that I dragged them, but we went out to Riverhead on Long Island to I forgot they redid it. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful performance space in Riverhead. Have you been recently?
No, I never heard it, but I know.
Oh my gosh,
well, if you can make that happen, let's nail that one.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Do you want me to do that?
Sure, why not? You could produce a live event. You can make yourself some money.
Who wants to come to Riverhead and see Mike? We could sell that out.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Absolutely. Something else for me to do.
You want to announce who you went to go see?
Ronnie.
This guy's name is Ronnie Marmo, and he's doing a play called I'm Not a Comedian, I'm Lenny Bruce.
I did it. My dad knew who Lenny Bruce was. Now, me personally, I had to look it up, and I'm like, oh, Oh, but when I said, Dad, do you want to go? I have a ticket. And, and then the small world of there were other people that were there that I knew. And it was like an opportunity to see people who were coming from LA to see this. My father was like, oh, yeah, Lenny Bruce, iconic, like ground-breaking voice of
the first comedian to get thrown in jail for saying fuck.
Well, a lot
and
of
he
things.
really went to jail. Yeah, he said a lot of things, but basically it was the F-bomb.
Yeah. Ronnie did a great job. I mean, the opening.
Now, he's headed for Broadway, and he's perfect to be in Growing Up Grand.
As your best buddy who doesn't get it together.
Yes, he'll never get it together.
which is ironic because his wife is lovely and he's got it together.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he did a really good job. It was really good. It was a sold out house. Everybody was rooting for him. Politically, the ability to say what you want to say and say it without being erased. It just seems like it's the right time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to make this happen. Anybody out there want to finance a TV series? These days you really don't need mega money to make these type of things anymore.
No, there are things that you currently are watching. Not so much Netflix, although, I don't know, should I say like numbers and stuff right
Sure.
now? Yeah, but there are things that people can do where people are being paid, right? You have to get paid. This isn't a hobby.
It's not a hobby.
But we need to be smart about the budget. And you need to be smart about how you spend. You need to be smart about making sure that there's a marketing line item, because that really is what matters. But there are opportunities to get involved and with having the voice and an audience and the right people, whether it's the sponsorship relationships that you have, the gentleman Danny, having Ronnie involved with the project, me, and, just like having the right team to attract and then keep the I's dotted and the T's crossed. This is something fun that is not just like a movie investor. Or TV investor. This is an opportunity to really be involved.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. Write to me, MikeMarinoLive@gmail.com. Why don't you tell everybody where they can find you on the internet?
I think the best place to find me is
Ronkonkoma.
Sayville now, is searching for Capricielli, CAPPRICIELLI, or Maria Capp. I'm on all socials with those two names, and you can find what's going on in my world.
How about a direct email address?
Oh, you want me to do that?
Sure, why not? There might be an investor want to talk to you.
Well, an investor that wants to talk to me knows how to find me. My name is published. My phone number is published. But you just search my name. You can find me, and I'm findable. As a matter of fact, Monday. Is today Monday?
No.
If I get back in time.
Well, we never know when this is going to air.
Oh, that's right. Well, by the time you watch this, I will have supported my dear friend Debbie Diamore, who's also a stand-up comedian in her later years. She's a longtime actress, and she's performing at Butera's in Sayville. So we'll be eating Italian food and laughing at the same time. Right up your alley.
Well, we got to get going, folks. I want to thank my guest, Maria Capp, for coming all the way from Long Island to come down the basement here in New Jersey. And I want you to stay in touch with her, look at all her work. She made all those great announcements on all those projects that has out there. So make sure you take a look. I'm going to go ahead and thank my producer, Tatiana Blue Shell, for making sure we always have a great guest come down the basement. And we put out this podcast every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock right here on Live from My Mother's Basement, brought to you by YouTube. This is my YouTube channel, Mike Marino Live on YouTube. Send it to your friends. Subscribe. I need some more followers. I can always use more followers, more subscription people.
Subscribers.
I need more subscribers. Hit that red button. All right? Remember, folks, you can also listen to us on Spotify. You can watch us on Spotify, but you can listen to us on Italian American radio right out of New York City. So let's make America Italian again. You know the motto. You don't know nothing. You don't see nothing. You don't say nothing. And how do I end every single one of my podcasts? By saying the same thing along with my guest.
What is it again?
Don't take no shit from nobody.
Ready?
Ready?
Yeah.
Don't take no shit from nobody. Hey folks, thanks for watching live from my mother's basement. I hope you enjoyed the show. And if you did, hit the word like and leave me a really cool comment. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss any of the future episodes, and you can watch some of the funniest videos on the internet. You can also listen to the show on Spotify or your favorite podcast app.